Welcome to part 3 of my response to Danger Dash. Enjoy. Peace. Now let's talk about Patty Tolan. On the issue of Leslie Jones's character, Patty Tolan, I didn't say that it was racist. I said it was biased, and it's not a big deal. However, with the influx of negative images depicting African Americans in these hyper masculine, hyper thugged out extremes, I think it would just be nice to have an extreme on the opposite end. But that's just my opinion, though. Asian and Indian cultures here in the West are perceived as being smart already, so really it wouldn't change perceptions in that regard. This ties into women being written in movies as well. Like, there is a certain perspective of women from a male view. There is a certain perspective on minorities in a Western view. And in order to counteract this, we need to show examples of different shit other than the shit that we're force fed. And there are examples of badass women in movies like Ripley from Aliens or Sarah Connor from Terminator. Like, those are badass female characters, and it can be done. They either just need to follow the source material or they need to hire women to write these roles. Alright, Dash, well, I think I touched on most of the topics in your video. That was fun. I'm going to start watching Once Upon a Time, and there will be a review about that. Maybe we can do a collab on that. That would be really cool. I also need to catch up on Game of Thrones. I'm going to do a recap of each Game of Thrones episode. I don't know if I'm going to do it like from where I catch up to, or if I'm going to go back and do it. What do you think? Leave some comments in the box below. Tell me what you think. Alright, and I also wanted to talk a little bit about Jacob's Ladder. Now, this is a beautiful horror film. Like, this movie scared the shit out of me, and I watched it in my college years. Jacob's Ladder stars Tim Robbins, and he's just absolutely genius in this movie. Like, you definitely need to see this movie one time. I don't care if you're a scaredy cat, check it out. It is definitely a beautiful horror film packaged in a psychological thriller, and you don't even really realize you're watching a horror film until it's too late. Jacob's Ladder is a biblical term, and it is the colloquial name for the connection between heaven and earth. You know that Tim Robbins' character is a Vietnam vet, and his infant son just died, and he has these visions, these dreams, and you're pretty much weaving in between his sequences of dream and his, not knowing if he's awake or sleeping. And it's so freaky, some of these scenes. You have to see it and check it out. Like, you're totally confused and you don't know what's going on. And it uses that what's in the corner of your eye type of feeling. So what was that? You know what I mean? Like, and Jacob's Ladder was directed by Adrian Lyne. He has some heavy weights under his belt, like Fatal Attraction, Flashdance, Indecent Proposal. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, he's a pretty good director. And there is some sketchy shit that goes down in this movie. Like, I'm gonna let you watch it. I'm not gonna tell you, but there's some good scenes in this movie, and it's gritty and it's dirty, and it feels like post-Vietnam America in the 70s or 80s. Like, it just has that feel, that Born in the USA type feel, like that Tom Cruise movie. Like, it just feels like that, but like someone spilled coffee on the film, like, and they just wiped it off and put that shit in the reel and let it roll. Like, it just has that gritty, that dirty feel, and you just never quite know what's going on, and it's pretty cool. Like, check it out. And it seems like I have to keep coming back to remakes. Like, they just keep remaking everything. Let's remake this, let's remake that, and they just need to let some new ideas come in and just remake bad movies. Like Dash said, that's totally something that's necessary. Like, remake bad movies, don't remake these classics. And fucking Jacob's Ladder is a classic. Like, it's dope. Like, it's a fucked up movie. I don't really like fucked up movies. I like plain old action movies, but it's very dope. Like, you only need to watch it one time and it'll stick with you, believe me. Now that it's summer, I can, finally read some comics, and I'm going to share with you a few comics that I'm going to read or try to get more into. Some of these comics are canceled and they might be old. I'm gonna do like a backlog series too, where I do like old comics and new comics and maybe some comics that have just been canceled. Definitely want to do that. But here's some comics that I definitely want to check out over the summer, and I'll list some more later on. But here's a few. Check it out. Guys, well, that's the end of the show. Thank you for watching. I am the Black Nerd 2.0. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.